What if I told you that the most productive hour of your day happened while you're completely unconscious? See, we live in a world that glorifies the grind, treating sleep like a luxury. But neuroscience revealed the exact opposite. When you turn off the lights, your brain doesn't just go to sleep. Actually, it goes to work. In fact, certain parts of your brain are about 30% more active while you're asleep than when you're awake, performing a masterclass in memory storage, cellular repair, and emotional detox. Today, we are looking under the hood of the human biology to see why doing absolutely nothing is the ultimate performance enhancer. The urge to sleep is governed by two main systems. First is the homeostasis sleep drive. You can think of this as a chemical pressure cooker. From the moment you awake, a molecule called adenosine builds up in your brain, and the longer you are awake, the higher the pressure gets, with sleep being the only way to completely depressurize the system. Second is your circadian rhythm, and this is your internal 24-hour clock that is hardwired into your hypothalamus and primarily responds to light. When the sun goes down, that is the exact signal your brain needs to release the hormone called melatonin, which is the ultimate on switch for sleep. Once you're out, you just don't shut down like a computer. You enter a highly coordinated 90-minute cycle that your brain repeats 4 to 6 times a night. Think of it like a factory night shift, different crews punching in at different times, and if you wake up early, you're literally firing a team before they can actually finish the job. So, here is the exact sleep timeline breakdown. Sleep starts with what is referred to as the N1 or the transition stage of sleep. It is regarded as light sleep stage as this is the fragile bridge between wakefulness and sleep. At this stage, your muscles begin to relax, your heart rate slows, and your brainwave switch from rapid beta waves to a much slower alpha and theta waves. This is the exact stage where you often experience the hypnic jack. Yeah, that sudden feeling of falling that often violently jolts you awake. Your brain is essentially testing its connection to the hardware, making sure your body is safely paralyzed before turning on the sleep machinery. As you advance into sleep, you enter what we call the N2 or the true sleep stage. In this stage, your awareness of your immediate surrounding fades completely. This is accompanied with a drop in body temperature and your brain suddenly bursts with rapid rhythmic electrical activities known as the sleep spindles. The sleep spindles are your brain data transfer protocol. They take information from your hippocampus, which is your short-term temporal memory storage, and preps it to be hardwired into your cortex, which is the long-term hard drive. It is little wonder why, if you cut this stage short, you barely remember what you learned yesterday. Having successfully completed the N2 stage, you enter what is called the N3 or the deep sleep stage. It's incredibly difficult to wake someone up from this stage. Driven by ultra slow delta waves, this is the holy grail that unlocks true physical recovery. This stage is when your brain glymphatic system opens up, acting like a biological dishwasher to wash away toxic metabolic waste like the amyloid delta plaques and the likes of it. At the same time, your body releases 95% of its daily growth hormone, responsible for repairing muscles, rebuilding tissues, and completely reloading your immune system. A disruption in this stage leaves you waking up physically exhausted and somewhat biologically aged. And the final stage of the sleep cycle is the N4 or the REM sleep stage. REM, which stands for Rapid Eye Movement Sleep, corresponds to your brain activity suddenly spiking back up to near waking levels, but your body remains completely paralyzed to prevent you from acting out your dreams. This is your mental and emotional workshop. The brain strips the painful, stressful edge off your memory, processing your emotion so you don't wake up feeling in a permanent state of panic. It also connects completely unrelated ideas, which is exactly why your most creative breakthrough solutions always hit you the morning after a great night's sleep. So look, when you constantly hit those deep REM stage, the benefits are genuinely transformative. We talk about cognitive mastery, which is enhanced by clearing out your daily metabolic waste. You instantly improve your focus, creativity, and decision making. In fact, a well rested brain learns about 40% more effectively than a sleep deprived one. And then is the emotional regulation. Ever notice how everything feels like an absolute crisis when you're tired? That's because your amygdala, the brain emotional panic button, becomes 60% more reactive without sleep. And finally, on my note, is physical resilience. A good sleep is the best pre workout there is. It regulates your hunger hormone, keeping your insulin sensitivity sharp, and drastically lowers your risk of cardiovascular diseases. Now you know, sleep isn't just rest. It is a sophisticated, active process that detects exactly how you show up to the world. Respect your sleep, and your body will return the favor. Now, if you're wondering how to fix your sleep routine and want an actionable checklist to get the best sleep of your life, click on this video right here, where I break down the perfect evening protocol. Don't forget to subscribe for more wellness tips, and I'll see you in the next one.